just want to start by just saying how proud I am of our football team. The way they competed and battled tonight to the bitter end. Obviously very, very disappointing to have fourth quarter lead and let it slip away. But I'm not going to sit here and point fingers and blame. You just, at the end of the day, it's my responsibility for us to find a way to win the game. So we didn't do that. But it doesn't take away from what this team's accomplished this season and all the things that they've done that haven't been done in a long, long time here in Indiana. So really proud of the guy sitting next to me. He just played his heart out and fought and scratched and clawed to try and find ways to make plays. So, but it's a 60-minute game, and all three phases have to rise up and finish the game off when you have those opportunities. So we were not able to do that, and hats off to Coach Pruitt and his team for battling and finding a way to win at the end by a point. So it's just one of those games we hate to see one of those teams lose. They fought so hard, and a lot of respect for what they do and how hard they play. Big physical team, and I'm proud of our guys. So just got to learn from the things that happened and press on. Questions?
Here in the middle.
Sammy Jacobs.
Wait for the mic, please.
Okay. Sammy Jacobs from Hoosier Huddle. They went for that onside kick after their first touchdown. Did you have your hands team on there?
We didn't. We talked about it. They obviously didn't show an onside kick formation. Just did it from the normal look. We could have, and we probably should have. But that's our fault. But we went over it on the sideline that they would do a possible middle dribble. But there's 4:20 to go in the game, down by 6. Their defense had played well enough to where it wasn't like you say, hey, it's just an automatic situation. But we did discuss it. So hindsight, 2020. Wish you would have had him out there, but still, at the same time, we didn't, and they got the ball. But we didn't react very well, even though we went over it and kind of felt like it's a possibility. You just be ready for it. So, but they could have kicked it deep and decided to play defense. So that's obviously a key play in the game.
Peyton, Charlie Clifford, Wish TV. We saw you do it all tonight. You were a magician at times. To come up that short in that fashion, how do you describe what you're feeling right now?
Yeah, it hurts, especially for those guys in the locker room, those seniors that have gotten us to where we are now. Just one play here, one play there that you look back on and you say, man, if we make that one, it could be a different story. So it hurts for sure. Hurts for those guys in the locker room.
In the back.
Coach Austin Price with VolQuest. When they decided to take 15 seconds back here, when they decided to take 15 seconds off the clock and the kicker was already in position, did you feel like that might have thrown his rhythm off a little bit? Because he stood there in that spot for a little bit.
I know they did, and that's just one of those. They were explaining to me why they were doing it, and I was, I didn't like it, but at the same time, there's no question. Anytime you have to pause and wait as a kicker, it kind of makes it harder. So, was not ideal, but there wasn't anything I could do about it. So, but Logan's had a tremendous career. Obviously, he's had a rough last 2 games, but have not been his best. But so just one of those things. Didn't execute.
Here in front.
Jim Coyle, Indiana Sports Beat Radio. Peyton, the first half they pretty much dominated you guys, but what adjustments did you guys make? Because when you came back out, it was a different game for you offensively.
I think we just went back to our base stuff and the things that we've been good at executing all year long, and kind of just locked in and focused and said, we got to go move the ball, and it's more of an execution thing than anything, and just getting back to what we do best.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about how the defense responded to, obviously outside of the little late rally, you held them in 9 for most of the way, and they were keeping their big receivers out of it. How did you feel they were doing during the flow of the game?
Yeah, I thought our defense played really well, and obviously at the end there you hate to give those things up, but they just continued to battle, stop the run. Against a big physical offensive line I was concerned about. We watched them on film get movement against some of the best in the country consistently. And we're a very young defense, mostly freshmen and sophomores, and extremely young on defense. And so I was concerned about our D-line going into the game. I thought they played extremely well. And I was worried about their big receivers as well. So I thought that Coach Wong did a great job mixing things up, and obviously obviously at the end there, you got to find a way to finish. I thought all three phases had chances to finish and didn't. But I thought as a group, I thought we tackled well against some talented running backs. Number 3, he's a special player. He's got a different ability to cut and plant and burst, and I think he's going to be a really talented guy that's going to have a great future. But I was worried about him, so just felt like our guys played hard and competed, and we'll grow from this. It's part of the process. I mean, it's it's been a long time since Indiana has won 8 games. We know it's been since 1967 since they won 9. So we were inches away from making tremendous history here in our program and being, the first team to win a bowl game in 28 years. So that's what makes this hurt so bad, is to be that close and realize you had history on your fingertips and you let it slip away. But hey, hats off to Tennessee. I have a lot of respect for those guys. So that's why you play the game, and it was a great game. Went down to the wire, and both teams were fighting and clawing and scratching, but yeah, I was proud of our defense.
Tom, Jeff RedJohnSpeaks.com. Just your thoughts on the special teams play, a missed extra point and not being ready for that the onside kick. How would you evaluate it? What do you think? Why do you think those issues?
Yeah, that missed extra point. I mean, good grief. I mean, how often does that happen with you guys? All Big Ten kicker, So snap was good, hold was good. We just missed it. So, and then the missed field goal, was a tough one as well. But the surprise onside kick, that's a tough one to swallow. That's really, it's got to be. We got to execute that. I mean, like I said, we had a heads up that it could happen. So guys just didn't react. That's my fault. We didn't get it done right. So that's a big mistake on our part. But at the same time, special teams, it wasn't. We gave it the big kickoff return as well. So it wasn't our best game of the season on special teams.
And this is the last question.
Stefan Christian, you mentioned having a young defense, young team all around. What do you think they can take from experience in a game like this to lose this way and learn moving forward next season?
Oh, it can be invaluable. I mean, life's a process of learning from things that happen to us and the things that you go through. And we got to keep developing, keep recruiting, keep doing the things that we're doing. That has got us to this point. And when you have such a young team, they're going to learn lessons from this kind of situation. We have 7 guys that played in the bowl game, and of those 7 guys, only 5 of those guys played tonight because 2 of those guys were out that had played in the bowl game 3 years ago. So a very, very young team with very limited bowl experiences, and it's been a long time since we played before, and I thought they handled it well, and they were first class all the way here during the bowl experience. And just talking to all the people that were here, that they did a great job. Jacksonville did a great job hosting us, and they were first class. But we got a lot of compliments about how our guys conduct themselves and how they handle themselves, and so they in a new environment with a lot of things going on, a lot of distractions around them, they handled it very, very well. So with the young team, I was concerned about that just because that's new for our guys, but we're building a program that expects to be in these games every year. We haven't been in the past. Tennessee's won more Gator Bowls than we've won bowl games as a program. That's a fact. We've only won 3 bowl games in our program's history. So we're building for the future, and that makes this one hurt all the more. But at the same time, I'm proud of our guys and the direction that we're going and the way that we're building it. We just got to stay the course. That's what grit's all about, perseverance and passion towards a long-term goal. So we're going to just keep on fighting. Thank you very much, Elio.